Recovery efforts are underway after a magnitude 7.7 earthquake rocked Myanmar and surrounding countries last week. International rescue teams have arrived in the country as neighbouring Thailand races to save dozens trapped under a collapsed skyscraper. Bill Birtles is in Bangkok now and he joins me from the Thai capital. Bill, I understand that the Prime Minister has visited the site of that building collapse. What's happening there?
Yeah, Girish, Paetongtarn Sinawat came here to get a briefing from the officials in charge of this rescue operation, and they told her that in their view there is a golden period, a window of about 72 hours to try and find survivors buried under the rubble. Estimates today are still around 80 people missing, potentially under there. And earlier today, using machinery, the rescue team said they detected what they thought was signs of life. They weren't sure, but they believed that there was at least one person or more still alive under there. And so now that 72-hour window has elapsed after Friday's quake, they assured the Thai Prime Minister that they're not going to give up in their hope of trying to pull people out of here alive.
Yes. And Bill, what can you tell us about the unfolding crisis across the border in Myanmar?
Well, it's a lot broader and a lot more severe. I mean, you have a death toll that's nudging up towards 2,000 there. You have non-government groups who believe the death toll has already surpassed 2,000 in Myanmar. Now, one of the big issues has been logistics, road and infrastructure being damaged. Even when you've had teams from China and India and Russia fly in, they've flown into Yangon further south, and it's been really slow going heading up the road to the worst hit city, Mandalay. But as of today, Chinese and Russian teams did reach Mandalay. We've actually seen I believe it was the Chinese team along with local Burmese rescuers pull a woman out alive after 60 hours in the rubble. And for that reason, at least now there is a bit more of a sort of professional international crew in that worst hit area. But just like here in Bangkok, Girish, the window to find survivors really is running out.
Yes, and in the case of Myanmar, what about areas that are not controlled by the junta?
Yeah, so the worst hit area in central Myanmar was to a large degree controlled by the military junta, but we did hear from the Karen National Union, one of the armed groups controlling some territory in the east. A spokesperson said that they tried to send a rescue team into that central area of Myanmar that was harder hit, and initially that team was denied access by soldiers from the ruling military, but then later on was allowed to go in. So we're sort of hearing back and forth about the level of access for rescue teams. Speaking here to some international aid groups in Bangkok, it seems that Western organisations have had a great deal of trouble getting personnel in, and that they're largely relying on local partners already in the country in Myanmar. So the other thing, of course, Girish, is that Myanmar remains locked in a 3-year civil war. You have had calls from some of those armed groups for everybody to lay down their arms and focus on the rescue and recovery. But then again, you've also had 3 separate aerial bombardments reported by various groups in the last couple of days, allegedly carried out by the military junta. So unfortunately, it does not look like this earthquake it has brought an end, or at least a ceasefire, a temporary one, to that conflict.
Okay, Bill Birtles in Bangkok, thanks very much for that update.